12:35 on TSN 690. It is Game Points. I'm your host, Matthew Ross. We're here to the top of the hour. GamePointsRadio.com is our blog if you want to check out audio from this show. Still to come tonight, great useless moments in sports history. And Tweet 10, Ottawa CFL team rejected names from Stefano Micella here in studio. We welcome in our next guest. He is a host on the Fantasy Sports Network, fantasysportsnetwork.com. SportsRageTV.com is his website. You can also see him on the Fight Network's MMA Meltdown and follow him on twitter.com/sportsrage. It is Gabriel Morency. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, Matt. How you doing tonight?
I am well. I've been instructed to let you know that this music is Brazilian, authentic Brazilian. What's the name of the band, Marco? Septura? Is that it? Something like that. All right. We thought it might be to your liking.
Yeah, some quality stuff with the World Cup kicking off, and Sepultura. I take it you're not a historian of '90s metal bands from Brazil, I guess.
No, but I do like some metal bands, but not this particular one. It's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, these guys, one of the rare metal bands from Brazil. That was actually it was called Roots for a reason. They had the Brazilian drums and the Brazilian theme, or this sort of South American theme to that record of Roots. But generally they're a pretty heavy band, definitely.
All right, now as we normally do, we like to monitor some of the tweets that come out from you. And as I understand, recently you were watching the CFL instead of the Stanley Cup playoffs. I can only assume that there was a wager or two involved.
Yeah, well, the fact is the Stanley Cup Finals are about as exciting as Coronation Street is. I mean, it was a done deal before the series started. The LA Kings are an effective team, but they're not the most entertaining team to watch. And it's all but done. That's the problem with the Stanley Cup Finals. By the time it gets to the finals, unless you're a degenerate gambler and you're betting on the games, or you're a fan of the actual two teams, or you're in the city, does it really matter anymore? I mean, come on, man. It's mid-June right now. They got to figure out a way to wrap this stuff up a little bit earlier. But I was excited for the start of the Canadian Football League season, and like an idiot, I took the Winnipeg Blue Bombers in this football game because of the fact that they have some pretty decent quarterbacks this year in the rotation. And I thought from a preseason perspective, they would be able to step it up and get it done. But in typical Bomber fashion, they fall apart. But I didn't tweet about it because I was so disgusted. And I've been busy in the last 24 hours or so. But I don't know if Mo probably noticed this as well. In the Canadian Football League, we talked about this. They're the first league to review pass interference. And I was under the impression that it meant when there was pass interference that you could challenge it. Not that you could be able to challenge, just, hey, we're going to go deep here and hope for a Hail Mary and say that they're going to call pass interference. And we saw it for the first time last night. And it's one of the reasons why the Bombers lost. The Argonauts picked up like 60 yards on a pass play in which they called pass interference. They didn't call pass interference on the play. The Argonauts challenged the play, and the review booth, the head office here in Toronto, says yes, there was pass interference on the play, so spot the ball where the infraction was. And really, if this is what we're going to get to, if the CFL is that desperate for points that they're just going to start marching the ball down the field, because the fact of the matter is there's pass interference, there's holding on every damn play. So if you want to slow it down and put it in slow motion, yes, it's pass interference. But the referees didn't call pass interference. And even though the referees in the CFL are a bunch of bozos, the fact of the matter is, let them call the damn game. It's preposterous. All it does is slow down the game. So now we're going to start giving first downs and changing the outcomes of football games. Because, look, in ultra slow motion, he put his hand on his shoulder pad before the ball got there. It's ridiculous. It's a bad move by the Canadian Football League. We all put up a lot of crap and dumb rules and bad officiating and spotty clockwork. I mean, who knows? What's the rules of the CFL clock? It's random. Sometimes it runs, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They make this crap up as they go along. And now they're going to throw this like Bush League rule into the equation, and I don't like it at all. Like I'm going to personally complain to Mark Cohen. I've met him before. And I'm gonna personally call the CFL office and tell them this rule sucks. And I don't know why they came up with this rule. It's a dumb idea. It's preposterous. And admit that they're wrong. We saw last night. That was just the preseason. Just wait till the regular season starts.
Yep.
When there's real quarterbacks. Everyone's just going to be heaving it up desperately, and when it's incomplete, especially just throw a jump ball. Throw a jump ball and tell the receiver, if you can get it, get it. If not, just collide with the receiver, create the interference, we'll call the challenge, and we'll get a first down.
They can always
up Pandora's box of crap right now.
They can always get out of it, too, by basically saying, hey, we tried to be innovative. We tried it out in the preseason. It doesn't work. We're abandoning it. I don't think anybody would really object to that.
I agree. And they're probably not going to do it because there's only 2 preseason games in the CFL, so it's probably only going to happen 2 or 3 times, if that. So it happened once so far. We'll see if it happens this weekend. But I agree, Matt. I mean, it's unnecessary, man. Like really, we already put up with 1 million no yards calls and just a lot of useless penalties that are the refs just need to let things chill a little bit in the CFL. Let the flow of the game go a bit more. But it angers me, and wait till the regular season starts. It's going to be a real bitch, this thing.
Gabriel, when you look at the NBA Finals, I have compared the Miami Heat to Bel Air Prep and LeBron James being the Will Smith. Pass the ball to LeBron. I find the Heat cannot go any further with no one else producing besides LeBron James, and I think the Spurs can win this in 5, if not 6 games, if this is the continuation of what it was last night.
Yeah, I thought the difference coming in here, Mo, was going to be the Spurs depth, the Spurs bench, the Spurs starters. Chris Bosh hit a big 3 the other night, but if I'm Greg Popovich, and if I'm any NBA team here, I'll take that. If your 6'11" guy wants to stand in the corner and be a spot up shooter, okay. Last year and in past years, last 2 years, Mario Chalmers had real good finals. Things didn't fall into place for Mario Chalmers. You look at Norris Cole, another guy. Norris Cole contributed a lot in the last couple of years in the playoffs. Not really giving them very much right now, and you're right. But San Antonio, if San Antonio play a perfect game, they're going to beat Miami. And the other day they could have beaten Miami, even though LeBron went off and had the 35. San Antonio should have won, but they missed 4 straight free throws. That was the turning point. They missed 4 straight free throws. LeBron hits a 3 on the next possession. It's basically a 7-point swing. That was the ball game right there. If San Antonio get out and they just blitz you like they did tonight, they're going to win. I thought San Antonio was going to win the series before it started. I'm sticking to my guns right now. Miami, I don't know if they're about 5 more. I would like to see it, just so I can get paid. But, this series is most likely still going 7. Miami probably get the next one. They go back to San Antonio. San Antonio wins. They go back to Miami. This series most likely going 7, but San Antonio's depth. I mean, Kawhi Leonard, his whole strength is supposed to, be the shutdown guy. And if you get 15 points from Kawhi Leonard, you're happy. You're really happy because of the defense that he brings. But if he's going to be scoring 29 points, I mean, yeah, they're just going to be unbeatable.
Chatting with Gabriel Morency, and you mentioned the other scoring options. As Mo said, everything's going through LeBron. Point guard position has 5 or Chalmers anyway has 5 points. 5 points tonight, 2 points. It is crazy that they haven't gotten a larger scorer at that position, but I guess they just don't want to take the ball or the touches away from a D Wade or a LeBron.
Well, they just don't have the money. And when you got 3 guys that are all max players, it doesn't leave a lot of money left over. So you've got Mario Chalmers, you got a Norris Cole. It's funny because when the Miami Heat win, people don't really point this out all that much. And LeBron is the de facto point guard. Let's be honest; he's the one with the basketball. He's the one that's dictating the pace of the game. So Chalmers is the point guard in name only, so to speak. But it's a downfall. It really is. Chris Anderson is sort of wearing down a bit. he's not providing as much punch. It's the same players as last year and in the year before for the most part, as far as the bench and the other starters. They're just not as effective right now. And San Antonio, they're a damn good team. I mean, everybody on the court for San Antonio can score. Everybody on the court in San Antonio is going to give you double digits. And they're also bigger. I mean, you look at Miami inside and you just look at the passing. The extra passes that San Antonio were able to make. I mean, tonight they were just drilling the shots. They set an NBA record hitting 75% of the shots in the first half. But, the points in the paint where San Antonio makes that extra pass in the paint and Miami just cannot defend it. They get Anderson out there, but he's just not good enough. He's not smart enough. Bosch just refuses to play in the paint right now, and San Antonio are just having a field day down there.
He is Gabriel Morency. The site, of course, fantasysportsnetwork.com. The show's 3 o'clock. It's getting on more and more cable and satellite providers across North America. SportsRageTV.com or SportsRage on Twitter. Thanks so much as always, man.
Hey, always a pleasure, guys.
All right, there you go. It's Gabriel Morency. One more segment to come here on Game Points, and it is a doozy. We get the Tweet 10 Ottawa CFL team name that were rejected. We also have great useless moments in sports history. It's a big title, and it's definitely worth sticking around. Stay tuned.